Alright. This should work. The camera's phone. Okay, the phone's camera light should be on. If you guys can see my hand, there it is. So, if you guys wondering why I'm out here at this time, it's not late. Fuck you, lighting. It's because of this. And you understand what I mean. Especially a certain hiker will know what I mean. Yeah, a certain hiker will know what I mean. Let me see if it actually captures light. I mean, yeah, I will. Yeah, it definitely will capture light. If you're wondering what trail I'm on the Nassau-Suffolk Greenbelt trail. You're not going to see much in the dark, because apparently the light here isn't really sufficient, apparently. Oh well. The light really isn't sufficient at all. It's not really that sufficient. But essentially, you guys can see, if you follow these trail marks, the white ones, like these ones, that's Nassau-Suffolk Greenbelt Trail. Sorry, my throat is trying to burn me alive. Yeah. Let's just say the hand I'm holding my phone on and my portable charger is basically frozen. For the most part. So there's that. Huh, all right. I know that, like, so be careful, because sometimes there's also other trailheads here. There are other trailheads here, such as this yellow trail. Make sure you follow the white trail if you want to stay on the NSGBT. You see? And you're probably wondering, why don't I do this in the day? Why do I do this in the night? Well, two things. One, well, do you realize that nighttime is getting progressively earlier because of winter that is approaching? And two, because I love doing this in the fucking night. Why fucking not? You know, when you think about it, it is kind of inherently scary when you first do this. Like when you're alone and trying to hike. But the way how, okay, hold on. First off, you see right there? Yellow means left, and white means continue straight. If rule of thumb for what's it called? Rule of thumb for hiking. If the hiking trail blazer mark just tells you to go a certain direction, such as like this, it means left. This means right. This would either, depending on which side, could either mean start or end. And I think that's it. Yeah. Actually, no. Well, actually, technically, some of them, sometimes if it's like this, that means the trail divides. If it's like this, the trail ends, or something like that. All I know, if it's just a single one to continue straight, like this, right, like this, left, and if it's like this, I think it's a split, and if it's like this, it means it's start or end. And or end. I don't know. There's a whole thing that tells you what each trail marker says. But for the most part, it's usually just go straight and follow the marker. Because if you're first time hiking, you're not going to understand where the fuck to go if you're just guessing. That's why there's an app called All Trails especially when I went to the r/Long Island thread, they did say something about all trails, but I was really specifically talking about when I was asking them about like trail maps. I was actually really trying to talk to them about bike maps. That's what I was really meant to say. I just kind of confused them there. Oh well. There they go overhead. There's like a little opening here. I hope you guys can see it, but there's the opening. Yeah, I probably don't see it. I know newer phone models, they have like a better light, but still. And here, let me tell you how close it is. That's how close it is. Like right now at this portion, this is only like the Bethpage State Park portion of the bikeway. Oh, you will hear different noises and stuff. Don't worry about that. There's always survival tips for that. For the most part, Bethpage Bikeway is safe for the most part. Did I just say Bethpage Bikeway? I meant Nassau-Suffolk and Greenbelt Trail is mostly safe for the most part. Regardless, both of them are still safe, regardless, okay? But one of them is over to the west, and this one's here. So, yeah. Oh, and there's one little thing. I was at the hospital earlier for a podiatry appointment, and yeah. Needless to say, I forgot to get my sweater from home and my scarf. So yeah, possibly my body might suffer a little bit of freezing, but I think if I go fast enough, I think I should be able to be okay. That really does depends on my. It really just depends on the severity of the issue. It really it shouldn't be too bad. It could be bad, but again, mostly if you're younger, you could be able to withstand it. And I think that's children over there. Hold on. I don't know. Yeah, I think that is children, right? I don't know. Was I meant to turn here? No, I guess it. No, I think we were meant to. Yeah, we were meant to go straight. Yeah, sometimes here I kind of get a little lost because at some point here we're supposed to make a left. The trail here may look like you should just go straight. This trail here, this trail marker here, like no marker, this trail footing here, whatever it is. The trail path, looks like you should be continuing going straight. But if you go straight, you're going to go from white trail marker to blue trail marker. And that's usually the climb, which is the biking one. So, yeah. There's a key note of where the left turn is. There is somewhere where it could show where the left turn is. Oh, and don't forget, if you're on the trail here at this time, there could also be wildlife. So you might scare yourself with wildlife. But don't worry, it's just wildlife. Well, I mean, you could worry about wildlife if they try to attack you, but there are tactics to, like, you know, for bears or stuff like that, or wolves or something. You just gotta be more aggressive. You gotta make yourself look bigger than the enemy and other things. But of course, just make sure you stay safe and vigilant, essentially. Okay, so I think around here is around this area where you get the warning sign. So I think if you see this with the green one and that right there, that should be the trailhead. Okay, so if we continue this way and we have to make a left, then I know this is exactly where it is. If I see left, I think I see left. Yep, this is it right here. This area right here is where you make a left. Right here. If you see this, make a left. It goes that. So you make a left here, because if you continue straight down that way, you end up with this bike trail, essentially. You want to go this way. Make a left. So for the most part, up until here, you just continue straight. And from here, make a left. And then just continue straight. Now you hear barking, right? You hear barking in the distance, right? That could most likely be from a resident, but if there is a stray dog, then I could actually be able to handle that. It's I could, not I will, or I would be able to, but I think the dog is leashed with the owner. Here's a reference to the back part. Exactly, you see nothing until I show you the trailhead. If you listen very closely, you can hear the Seaford Bay Expressway. If you listen very closely. If you don't, then you won't be able to see it. So, because I know this part is confusing, so that's why I'm trying to give you a guided tour at night. So yeah, at some point you will see this rocky kind of like trail where it's basically rocks and pebbles. Continue straight, because if you continue straight, you will end up with this like big open area with multiple trailheads. Have multiple trails. I'll show you which one you should take. Or actually which one you have to take. Not should, but have to. So notice how here is a left. Okay, so this trailhead said left. Right here it says left. If you go this way, oh, I see what's happening. If you go this way, well, first off, there's like a 20K marathon here, first off. But really, if you go that way, that will take you down to no, it's this way. Other one of these two will take you down to it will take you down to what's that road called? I think Plainview Road, right? Right next to the Seaford Bay Expressway. And there you just, and there's like right there. So like, okay, and then there's this here, which I'm never gonna understand. I'm just showing you guys around here. So yeah. So yeah, that's about it from here. So when you see this here, as soon as you see it, you're gonna see this here, these 4 directional arrows. When you come out of from that area over there, you may not see it, but it's over there. See if I can zero it on it. Okay, I can't zero in, but it's like over there. When you come from there, just go diagonally over to there. It's basically just go diagonal and you'll continue on the trail, especially where it's white right here. Because I know this place is confusing to some, so yeah, that's why. And then from here, it's this big area here. If you see this big ass trailhead here, don't go there. Make a right from here, this big trail area. I'll tell you to make a right, so continue straight. Once you made that right, you make another right. You see this fork here? Once you make the first right over there, make a second right. And you continue on the trail. Like I said, it's a little confusing if you don't know where to go. But I've been here at night so many times, I know exactly where to go. See? You're also going to see a red trail. Just follow the white trail. Just keep following the white trail and you'll eventually get there. Now, what you're gonna hear around these areas is wildlife. You're going to hear like, say like bunnies or like mouses or like, you know, little rats, all that stuff. They live here, so you might get jump scared by some of them, but just don't worry. It's bunnies and mouse and rats and stuff like that. I mean, you would want to worry about the rats because they have, you know, scabies and stuff like that, but the bunnies don't really need to worry. I mean, they also carry diseases themselves, but still. It's wildlife. What are you going to do? Also, in this very, very distance, you could hear the Seaport Expressway. So, yeah. You're also going to do a little bit more of climbing, but eventually, once you get down to the South Shore, the climbing ends. There's no more climbing afterwards. Because, of course, South Shore. The last bit of climbing on the Nassau-Suffolk Greenbelt Trail you have to do is on the Southern State Parkway. And then that's it. After that, you're done with climbing. As soon as you pass it, that is. All right. We're going further up. And we are going this way. This is the other trail over here. Hey, a tree, nice. Nice. I don't know if that's supposed to be pines, but still. I mean, tree experts should know what these things are. That's the yellow trail. And that's also the yellow trail here, but the yellow trail is gonna break off again, but just continue straight. Because I think from here you gotta make a right. Because I think the yellow trail does come to here for only a short, very, very short amount of time as the yellow trail breaks off left. Go right. This is the fork right here, so continue right. Don't go this way though. This is not the way you want to go. You want to go this way. Because that's the yellow trail and this is where you want to go. Make sure you follow the trailheads. Because then you'll see orange afterwards. You'll see an orange trailhead. Right here. Orange trailhead. My phone gets frozen a lot, so yeah, there is over there. You might not see it because it's blurry though. From here, you're gonna be forced to make a left, but that would technically mean a straight regardless. So yeah, I think that most people get like lost in the Bethpage Bikeway area because of the many other trails here. So that's why I'm specifically making the one here. I'll make another one in the daytime so you can understand what I'm talking about. So that you can understand everything. So yeah, orange makes a left, we make a right. It's very clear up there as well. Very clear to make a right. Do you see this dip here? So I'll continue on to the dip. and then just continue down straight, and then eventually you'll see another trailhead. Over there, down that way, where I'm pointing the camera, is the Seaforest to Bay Expressway, and you will see that a little later down the video. Down the video, sorry, a little later in the video. Also, be careful of hidden bark and stuff, as they can actually make you trip and fall, as I was about to do right now. So you got to be very careful when walking around these areas. You don't want to get hurt, especially when you don't have proper equipment. And when I say proper equipment, I mean I don't have a sweater. So if I scrape my freaking, shoulders, well, frostbite can get me very easily afterwards. Right here is the big split right here. Well, not big split, but you get what I mean.